welcome back to Home Sense with Nell. I really appreciate the fact that you took time out of your busy schedule today to come spend some time with me in my garden. I wanted to do a quick March and April garden update tour because I realized I haven't done one in a while. I want to share with you what's growing on in my garden, so come along with me. Friends, before we get started with the garden tour, I wanted to let you know that I hope that each and every one of you is safe and healthy and is able to shelter at home with their family at this time. I think as long as we follow the CDC's recommendations and be mindful and aware of each other, we're going to come out okay. Until then, let's keep gardening. Go ahead. So friends, I'm going to try this new fertilizer that I ordered from Home Depot and I had it delivered to my house. It's a fish and kelp fertilizer. I've never used this one before. I've used the fish fertilizer, but this will be a new experience for me. So I'm going to go ahead and mix it up in my watering can. I'm going to do like approximately 2 tablespoons per gallon.
Oh, it's black.
Actually, I'm going to do a half strength. So here we go. So guys, I planted these 2 seedlings yesterday and they look a little bit, well, dehydrated. So I'm going to go ahead and water them a little bit with the fish and kelp fertilizer and hopefully that'll help them perk up a little bit. Oh, this stuff does stink.
Oh, God.
It's bad, huh?
Yes.
Okay. And next I want to show you guys my kale.
Oh, my God.
This stuff stinks, but I know the plants will love it. It's kale and mustard green that I planted on, let me see, March 7th. So I would have expected more growth from the kale, but that's okay. I'm going to give it some time because it's been really cold. So let me go ahead and give them a little drink. I know it's best to water them in the morning, but since I go to work so early, I can never seem to accomplish that. So I'm going to try to water them right now after work. There we go. And now for the mustard greens. The mustard greens are actually doing pretty well. These are, I found these mustard green seeds at an Asian market that we have here in California called 99 Ranch. They have really nice selection of, I'd say, exotic vegetables, things you're not going to find at Home Depot or Lowe's. And I'm also, this year I'm attempting to grow some moringa trees. Moringa is another superfood that is completely edible all the way from the stalk to the leaves. So I'm going to try to grow some myself. I've got a couple of seeds from a friend, and these are the 2 little seedlings that I have now. I had some growing, I think, last summer, but they were eaten by some kind of bug or worm. So I'm trying again this year. In fact, I'm thinking of getting some kind of a small cage, maybe, I don't know, maybe like a pencil, what do you call those things you put pencils in? Not a pencil case. A pencil holder for the desk, but it's usually like mesh wire. I'm thinking of getting one of those and turning it upside down and protecting the moringa with that. Okay, so let's move on over to this side of the garden. And here I have 4 strawberries. I actually got these from Home Depot as just the little root balls that they sell in a bag. I think they were about $4 or $5. So those are strawberries. My youngest daughter, which is also my camera woman, she likes strawberries. So we're hoping to get a nice yield from these. And in this container, I have also another strawberry. I think these are quinault. Let me see. Okay, these are Ozark Beauties. I think the quinault are in that bin right there. So I have Ozark Beauties, and then I also have cucamelons. I saw these on sale at Home Depot, and I just had to pick them up because a lot of people have been talking about these. Kind of excited to see. Oh my gosh! Wait a minute. Nope, never mind. I thought it was a cucamelon. Not yet. We don't even have flowers yet, so we probably don't have a cucamelon yet. So I'm gonna go ahead and give the strawberries and the cucamelon some of this fish fertilizer. And yes, it does stink, but I know the smell's gonna fade. Probably by tomorrow we won't even know it's there. Okay, so here guys, I have some Black Beauty zucchini. I'm gonna give that a drink. Okay, and here is another zucchini. I actually was lucky and I bought one container of zucchini from, was it Lowe's? It was Lowe's. And they were 4 for $10. But in that one container there were 2 plants. And they were planted kind of on opposite sides of the container. So I was able to separate them. So I actually got 2 plants for $2.50. So that's an awesome deal. Okay, and now I'm gonna give my lunchbox reds a little bit of water. And earlier I told you about my mustard greens that I got from 99 Ranch. I also got Malabar spinach seeds, and I planted those in March also, early March. So I planted actually quite a few seeds. I only have 2 seedlings right now of the Malabar spinach. I'm hoping a couple more will emerge, but for now I'll go ahead and water them. Maybe there's some seedlings back here that need some water. Okay. So I have these Better Boy hybrid tomatoes. I've never actually grown tomatoes other than cherry tomatoes, so I'm really excited to see how these come out. They're indeterminate, so let's see what it says here. It doesn't tell me how big they're gonna get. I'm estimating 5 feet tall, but we'll see. And it's a beautiful, I planted this March 7th and it's almost tripled in size. So let me go ahead and give that a drink. Yeah, it's definitely tripled in size. Later on, I'm gonna go ahead and trim it. I'm gonna get some of these lower branches off because I've heard that keeping the lower branches off of the soil reduces the chance of you getting any type of blight, which is a fungus. And in here, come in here, Camille. These are marigold plants. I got the seeds at Dollar Tree because I've heard that marigold will keep certain pests off of your tomato plants. But I also heard that marigold will attract other pests, including beetles. So I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that. So I really don't want beetles. Okay.
Hey. Come here.
Come here. All right. So guys, you remember my raised planting bed that my husband and I built last year. So I have red leaf lettuce. I received actually a mixed lettuce seed packet from my kids for Mother's Day. It had many different kinds of lettuce in there. And we've been enjoying harvesting the lettuce with the cut and come again method, where we just take off lettuce leaves as we need them and leave the plant so that it can continue to produce. So I'm gonna go ahead and feed all of these plants with some of this fish and kelp fertilizer also. I might have to mix up some more, actually. I think I will. Oh, and there's another zucchini that I planted yesterday. Gosh, everything looks really thirsty. And I'm at the end of my container full of water. So I'm gonna go ahead and make another container and I'll be right back. Oh, sorry. Okay, after. I could see a lot of these lettuce, plants are nearing the end of their life cycle, I think. I think it's getting a little bit too hot out here for these plants. But we enjoy the lettuce so much that we want to just keep eating it. Oh my gosh, this is heavy. Okay. Oh, and this one definitely has bolted. And what I'm gonna try to do is collect the seeds. This will be my first time collecting lettuce seeds. I think I see seeds in there. What do you guys think? Yeah, I'll give it a little bit more time. But yeah, look at this. It's majestic. Okay. So let me give the lettuce a little bit more water, and this pepper plant, I don't know if it's gonna produce anything or if I'm going to end up pulling it out, but time will tell. I think I'm going to end up pulling this one out. Oh, here's some more marigolds I planted. Again, I planted those to keep harmful pests off of my plants, but I heard that they can attract pests of their own, so we'll see how it goes. But I am surprised that at the good germination rate, because I just went ahead and took those Dollar Tree seeds and just sprinkled them right here, and it seems like most of them have germinated. Okay, here's another lettuce, rosemary. I think I got everything. Did I get everything?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, let's head over to this bed. So this is my smaller bed that we bought from someone off Facebook Marketplace. He was selling these for about, I think it was $50. I can't remember. Not too bad. It's doing okay, but it's starting to lean quite heavily. So we'll see what we're going to do about that. So here's a volunteer lettuce, and actually this one looks like it's doing pretty well. I have some basil here. And these are marigolds. I guess it couldn't hurt to give the marigolds some water. Oh, that stuff splashed on me.
Yeah, I got on me.
No. Okay, my green onions. These are green onions that have grown just from leftover pieces of green onion that we stuck in the ground here, or stuck in the soil. And here's my cherry tomato. I can't wait for this to produce fruit. This is also indeterminate. It's going to get pretty big. I'm estimating, I don't know, 6 feet maybe. We'll see. But I just can't wait. And to be honest, guys, I never liked tomatoes until I started growing my own tomatoes. Nothing compares to the flavor of a homegrown tomato, because it actually has flavor. Yeah. More marigolds. Dollar Tree. Now I'm going to go ahead and feed my transplants. I have more transplants over here. So this is a Black Beauty zucchini that I planted yesterday, and actually this one seems like it's doing a lot better than the one on the other side of the garden, and I hope it continues to do well. And let's head on over there. And here's yet another zucchini. And let's check this one. My coworker was so nice. He actually went and got us a loquat tree from a relative of his, and so he gave us this little sapling, and I think it's just going to be a beautiful tree. I don't know. It's not dry, but I'm going to just give it a little bit. Couldn't hurt, I guess. Not too much. There we go. All right, what else can I plant over here? I planted a bunch of chard seeds here in this area on March 7th. On the same day I planted the mustard greens and the other vegetable seeds I got from 99 Ranch, but nothing has sprouted, and I think it's because we had a lot of rain, and I'm afraid that maybe my seeds just washed away or they got waterlogged. So I'm going to give it a little bit more time, but if nothing grows here, I'm going to go ahead and add some compost and plant something else. Oh, I forgot this thing. Wow, so here's another container that I tried to sow cilantro seeds in, and that was over a month ago. You want that? Over a month ago, actually about 5 weeks ago, but I don't... Oh, there's one. There's a cilantro. Okay. Give it some water since it's one lonely cilantro. I think he likes this stuff. So like I said, we've had a lot of rain and the soil's not really dry. So I'm going to give all of the seeds a chance to sprout. I think they still have a chance. It's just starting to warm up now in our area. We're in zone 10. Where's my mint? Oh, my mint. Okay, let's go ahead and give the mint a little bit of food. And I have a little bit of water left. I'll go ahead and give it to the parsley, which is over here. Parsley. I'm growing this parsley for smoothies. Parsley is a very, very nutritious herb. A lot of people underestimate parsley because they only know it as a garnish, but it's actually very healthy for you. There's a delicious smoothie that you can make with parsley, frozen grapes, and pineapple. It's out of this world. So that's why I'm growing this parsley. Of course, I'm going to rinse it off really well before I use it. All of my vegetables, I rinse them really, really well in a weak solution of vinegar and water before I use them. Just because of the types of organic fertilizers that I use, they do have a smell and I'm sure they have a taste, and I don't want that in my smoothie. Do I have any more? A little tiny bit. I'm going to give it to this kale right here. I bet you tomorrow all of these plants are going to be so happy. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to add. So these are I'm doing a little experiment by sprouting seeds indoors, which I've never done before. These are morning glory, one of my favorite flowers. It's a beautiful vining plant that in my area I think it's perennial. I know I see it blooming pretty much most of the year. So I went ahead and started some seedlings indoors under grow lights, and I'm just going to give them a little bit of this fertilizer, and this solution I'm using right now is really weak. It's like half strength. Guys, thanks for coming along on my March and April garden tour. I was really happy to share with you all of the fruits and vegetables that I planted so far for the summer. In a couple of weeks I'm going to do another tour of my fruits and veggies that I planted here on my hillside. It's a little challenging as a fairly beginner gardener, but I'm hoping that everything is going to turn out just fine. So be looking for that video in a couple of weeks. And thanks again for visiting Home Sense with Nell, where I talk about DIYs, home decor, gardening, and everything related to making your home your sanctuary on a budget. See you next time.